Hello students of class 7, let us continue with the story The Ashes That Made Trees Bloom from your main textbook. So open page number 61. Let us recall a little bit till what we have done. So the another dream which the dog gave to the old man was that go back to that old couple, take the ashes from their fireplace, take the ashes of the pine trees from their fireplace and keep those ashes with you. Okay, so this was what sprinkle some of the ashes on the withered trees and the trees will start blooming again. So the good old man went to the covetous old couple. Okay, come to page number 61. We are going to begin from the paragraph, the good old man. Okay, this is just a bit of repetition. The good old man humbly asked for the ashes. Humbly means in a polite manner. Though the covetous couple turned up their noses at him and scolded him as if he were a thief, they let him fill his basket with the ashes. Okay, so they even though they made they had a lot of insulting remarks for this old man, and they turned up their nose at him. That means they treated him with contempt, with hatred, with dislike. Still, they let him fill his basket with the ashes. On coming home, the old man took his wife into the garden. Okay, so because of the dream which he had seen, he was confident that this one will also be true. Okay, so he brought his wife along with him into his garden. It being winter, their favorite cherry tree was bare. Bare means without any fruits or without any flowers. He sprinkled a pinch of ashes on it, and lo, it sprouted blossoms until it became a cloud of pink blooms which perfumed the air. So just the ashes of the tree, ashes of the pine tree, which the old man took, was enough to transform the withered cherry tree into one full of beautiful leaves and beautiful flowers. Cloud of pink blooms. Blooms means flowers. Okay, cloud of means a lot of. And it perfumed the air. It gave a beautiful scent to the air as well. The news of this filled the village and everyone ran out to see the wonder. The news of this magical transformation of the tree filled the village. That means it spread across the village and everybody ran out of their homes to see the wonder. The covetous couple also heard the story and gathering up the remaining ashes of the mill, kept them to make withered trees blossom. Okay, they again thought that if we follow the same thing will happen. But it was not to be, because the blessing of the dog was just on the old couple, okay, and not on this greedy couple. The kind old man, hearing that his lord, the daimyo, was to pass along the high road near the village, set out to see him, taking his basket of ashes. As the train approached, he climbed up into an old withered cherry tree that stood by the wayside. Now, the king or the lord, okay, as it is already said in the beginning of the story that this was the time of the daimyos, who were the landlords, who were like the kings in their land. And the old man heard that this king was going to pass their village, and so he took his basket of ashes along with him. As the train approached, train here means the procession, that means the procession of the king, the royal procession, that means the lots of different people who would be accompanying the king along with the king and queen themselves. So he stood near an old withered cherry tree on the wayside, that means just on the side of the road. Now in the days of the daimyos, it was the custom when their lord passed by, underline this portion. If the question might come, what was the custom practiced during the days of the daimyos? So let us find out what the custom is. It was the custom for all the loyal people to shut up their high windows. They even pasted themselves fast with a slip of paper so as not to commit the impertinence of looking down. Impertinence means rudeness, okay, rude behavior or impolite behavior. So they should not do the rude behavior of looking down on his lordship. That means nobody should look down to the king. Everybody should be below the king. So when he passed by, you should close all your windows, and so that nobody peeps out of their windows, because if you do, it would be a rude thing to do. All the people along the road would fall upon their hands and knees and remain prostrate. That means they would lie straight on the ground, okay, just to show their respect until the procession passed by. So it was a tradition that you should stay on your on the ground, lying straight on the ground, facing downwards. I mean, you should not look up to the king, and you should definitely not look up to the king from a higher position. The train drew near. One tall, competent man marched ahead, crying out to the people by the way, "Get down on your knees, get down on your knees." And everyone kneeled down while the procession was passing. So there was a tall man who would stand, who would cry out to the people all from the front. Everybody, he would ask everybody to get down on their knees. Okay. And everyone would kneel down, would bend down while the procession was passing by. So nobody would be staying in a erect position, standing on the road, but rather they would be kneeling down on the road. Okay, so let us stop over here. In the next session, we would be attempting to complete the story.